A local lake around here has been partially drained. I'm looking to see if I can find some choice driftwood for my aquarium. Pretty crazy looking, huh? Some of these stumps have been underwater for literally 100 years or so. Still not rotted away, and I tried kicking a couple of them, and they're still anchored down pretty good. So I'm looking for loose pieces of driftwood. But any of you people who ever priced driftwood knows this is a gold mine here. Nice rocks too. I might pick up a couple too. A little cold out here this morning though. Oh, imagine if I can get a whole bunch of this stuff. I'd like to cut one of these stumps so it sits right up against the back of the aquarium, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get one out. I just thought I'd take a quick video and show you that. Alright, here is my haul from the lake bed. Stuff that I can easily get. Some nice pieces though. And I'm thinking maybe this one might look good stood up. Like a gnarled looking tree. A little natural cave in there. That one might look good. Like this piece too. And some of these might just be used as fillers. Better to have too much than too little, and free is good. That's an interesting piece too. It's going to be a centerpiece, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in this tank. I might use it in another tank. Or just keep it as a spare somewhere. And this is my blank slate. It's about halfway cycled right now, tank. Got a bit of plants in here I actually had in a tank, but they were just going to get in the way. I pulled them out. So usually my mistake in setting up tanks is going about it too fast and then regretting it after the fact. And this one I want to make look good, so I'm going to take my time trying to get this driftwood in right. I'm going to have to sink it, probably going to super glue it, throw some rocks and tie it with some fishing line and whatever I have to do to try and get it in there looking good. So here we are. Spent a better part of a day messing around trying to get some idea of a hardscape down here. I gotta kind of imagine it without the rocks because that's the only thing holding it down. Even though this driftwood was underwater for a long time, just a matter of a couple of weeks of it being out of the water is enough to make it start floating. So I don't think it's going to take long to keep it down there, but some of the pieces, this piece here has barely needed any help, whereas this big stump looking one on this side, it's kind of pretty buoyant actually. But I got some S-repins here. I'm hoping this middle section gets covered with the S-repins. I might put some taller stuff in the back, but that's going to have to wait till I get those rocks out of there. Longest I've ever spent trying to do an aquascape, that's for sure. But I'm inspired. All these people on the internet these days making beautiful tanks. And this is pretty close to a Wallstad method tank. This is dirt substrate. Very dirty because of that. And actually about a half hour ago it was a disaster looking in there, but it's calming down now. Actually, everything in this is pretty much subject to change, but it's easier to make changes when the stuff's not floating all over the place. So hopefully in a week or so this stuff it'll hold itself down, be totally waterlogged. Not really sure about the stump over in the one sticking up on the right here. It seems to throw off the composition a little bit. But, I don't know, it's the one piece I thought I was going to use the most, and I'm having the hardest time finding a home for it. But, I always want to tinker with stuff anyhow, so it's likely to change in many different ways. So, we'll see what it looks like when the rocks are out of there and stuff starts growing in. Well, thanks for watching.